My boss called me into his office on a rainy Friday afternoon. I thought I was getting a promotion. After 10 years of building his logistics empire from the ground up, I was the one who knew where every single dollar was buried. Instead, he handed me a cardboard box and told me I was replaceable. He fired me, just to give my office and my salary to his 22-year-old nephew, Kyle. A kid who couldn't track a package if his life depended on it. Dave thought he was being a good family man. He didn't realize that by cutting me loose, he was pulling the pin on a grenade that would vaporize his entire company. He wanted me out? Fine. But he forgot that I didn't just work for the brand, I was the brand. Welcome back to Ousted Diaries. This is the place where the overlooked and the betrayed finally get their say. Today's story is a legendary post from r/pro-revenge that proves one thing: never, ever disrespect the person who holds the keys to your kingdom. If you enjoy stories of cold, calculated justice, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss how this one ends. Let's set the scene. I started at Logistics Prime when there were only 5 of us in a basement. For a decade. I was the first one in and the last one out. I managed the Whale account, a massive manufacturing conglomerate that accounted for over 60% of our total revenue. I knew the CEO's kids' names, I knew their shipping pain points, and I personally handled every crisis at 3 a.m. Dave, the owner, used to call me his right hand. But Dave had a sister, and that sister had a son named Kyle. Kyle graduated with a degree in communications and a massive ego. For months, I felt the shift. Dave started inviting Kyle to meetings he had no business being in. Kyle would sit there, texting, occasionally interjecting with innovative ideas, like, why don't we just use drones for everything? It was exhausting. That Friday, Dave didn't even look me in the eye. He looked at his desk and said, "Look, you've done great, but we're restructuring. We need fresh blood. Kyle is going to take over the senior account manager role. We won't be needing your services anymore." I was stunned. I asked about my clients, especially the Whale. Dave actually chuckled. He said, "They don't care about you. They care about the logo on the trucks. You're just a cog in the machine, and cogs are replaceable." He gave me 30 minutes to clear my desk. No severance, no thank you. Just security watching me pack my stapler, while Kyle sat in my chair, already putting his feet up on my mahogany desk. The disrespect was visceral. I sat in my car for an hour, shaking with rage. Then, I remembered something. 6 months ago, I had asked for a retention bonus. Dave, being the penny pincher he is, refused because he refused the bonus. The new contract, which included a 2-year non-compete clause, was never signed. My old non-compete? It had expired on my 10-year anniversary. I was a free agent, and Dave, in his rush to hire his nephew, hadn't checked the HR files Monday morning, while Kyle was probably struggling to figure out how the coffee machine worked. I was on a call with the CEO of the Whale account. I told him the truth, that I had been restructured and that I was starting my own boutique consultancy. The silence on the other end lasted for 5 seconds. Then he said, "Wait, so I have to deal with Dave and his nephew now? Absolutely not. We stayed with that firm because of you. If you're out, we're out." By Tuesday, Dave received a formal notice that his biggest client was terminating their contract effective immediately. The beauty of their contract? I was the one who wrote the quality of service exit clause that allowed them to leave if their primary manager, me, was no longer with the firm. The fallout was spectacular. Without the whale, Dave couldn't pay the overhead. By Wednesday, Dave was calling me, screaming, threatening to sue. I simply told him, "Check the HR files, Dave. No non-compete. Remember, I'm replaceable." 2 months later, the company folded. Dave lost his house. And Kyle? Well, Kyle is currently a brand ambassador for a protein shake company, which is a fancy way of saying he hands out flyers at the mall. I hired my 2 best colleagues from the old firm, and we now manage the whale account directly. Loyalty is a two-way street. Dave found out that when you throw away a cog, sometimes the whole machine explodes. Dave thought family was a shortcut to success, and it cost him everything. But what do you think? Was I too harsh? Or did Dave get exactly what he deserved? Drop a comment below. I want to know if you've ever had a Kyle try to take your spot. Thanks for watching Ousted Diaries. If you like this story, check out this other video on the screen for more satisfying revenge. See you tomorrow